Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
Alright people, let's get something straight here. I don't know who you are, the goals that you have, the dreams that you're reaching for, or the pains that you've endured. I don't know if we'd ever get along if we met in real life, but I do know something about every single one of you. You're capable of much more than you've been led to believe. Let me just throw something into perspective for you. There's 6.7 billion people walking and breathing on Earth. Now that's a lot of people, 6.7 billion people. Just think about that for a second, let it soak in. The majority of them will last their 720,000 hours like a match struck in the wind, hardly noticed and scarcely remembered. It's really scary and sad reality that happens, and it's multiple different reasons. I see it among friends I have and classmates and things like that. People settle for average. They settle for second best. They don't care. They don't want any type of self-improvement on anything. They settle for average, and that's what they've been led to believe is acceptable. Now, I want to tell you, all you guys right now, that is not acceptable. You are not an average person. You are not the fine or the good job. You're not that. You're destined for greatness. You're destined for so much more. Fine is for the loser, the guy who skipped his diet because he couldn't do it anymore, the guy who took a nap instead of going for sprints, or the guy who got the job but not the one he wanted. That guy's second place. You're not that person at all. It's really hard for me to get this through to people, and I know I'm not the funniest commentator, I know I'm not the best commentator in the world, so my message only reaches so many people. But honestly, if this makes an impact on one person, that's what my goal is right now. I see it. I have a friend, and oh boy, she maybe more so of an acquaintance now. I've just known her through my whole life, and she ended up having a kid. The kid passed away. It was very, sad. It was really sad. Even though I didn't know her that well, to have a kid pass away is very sad. And she got divorced, and this was all in a week. I'm not even joking. It was in a week, and she's already getting married again. Every single day, she causes so much drama on things like Facebook, and she doesn't care about anything. And the sad part, why I'm telling you this, is there's so many people like that. There's so many people that settle for second best, and they're led to believe that's okay. They never want to improve. They just want to kind of sit around and let things come to them. And now, don't get me wrong, if sitting and playing video games all day is your thing, let it be, man. That's no problem at all. But what I'm saying is, if you expect things to be handed to you in life, or just naturally to be brought to you, you're in for a world of hurt, because it doesn't work like that. If you want something, you gotta get up and you grab that shit. You go for it. You give it everything you got to go for that, because nothing in life is free. I don't care what anyone tells you. Not even those free samples at the mall. Those aren't even free. They came from somewhere that manufactured them. Really, just think about that for a second. Nothing in life is free. Let that soak in. It's not. So if you want something, you need to go for it. Whether it be a boycott on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Hey, if that's your thing, and you guys have made a huge impact. Speaking of that, you got UB Gabe's attention. That was the start of one person. One person thought they should boycott this game. A lot of other people hopped on board. You have a voice. You're so important, and people don't realize that until it's too late. Take my mom, for example. She's the type of person, love my mom to death, but she's the type of person who does not understand something until it actually happens. For example, she has really bad heart problems. Her father passed away due to heart problems, and occasionally she'll have these really bad heart flutters that are kind of like mini heart attacks. And about a month ago, she had one of those in the middle of the night. So I woke up, I took care of her. We started rushing her to the ER, and then she was fine halfway there. So she's like, turn back, turn back. So we turned back, and I came back home, and I said, look, you're going to have to stop smoking, and you're going to have to stop worrying, because she's a total worrywart, and she smokes a lot. I'm like, you're going to have to stop this and change your diet, things like that. And she's like, yeah, I agree. I agree to that. Because she was scared at the time. I was telling her this immediately after she had her mini heart attack. She was like, I don't want this to happen again. That was crazy. Anyway, a week later, she stopped smoking. She went nuts stopping smoking. I don't know if you parents ever stopped smoking, or you ever stopped. But apparently has some really weird mood swings, because my mom was nuts. Anyway, she stopped that for a week, started drinking water, started eating more healthy, and as far as I'm concerned, and everything was going good. But then she just stopped automatically, just like that. She went back to smoking and going back to just eating everything. My mom's like, I'm not saying my mom's fat, but she definitely doesn't make smart food choices. But you know, she didn't care. And I told her, I said, Mom, do you not remember you just had almost a heart attack? She goes, oh, well, I'll cross that bridge if it happens again. And I was like, is this serious right now? Like, people don't realize something until it actually happens. And to avoid sounding like a hypocrite, I'm the same thing. Sometimes it takes something really drastic to get my attention, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way at all. It's ridiculous that I let things get that far. You know, I don't know where I'm getting at with this. I don't, like I said, I don't know who you are watching my video right now. I don't know if you give a shit about what I'm saying. I really hope, though, that I'm reaching to one person right now. If you're listening, this is for you if you are listening right now, because you know, you're a lot more than you think you are. You're a lot more than just a human being. And I used to be such, oh god, when I was in high school, I always consider myself, man, I'm such a little realist. I look at Earth from a logical perspective and situations from a logical perspective. I thought I was the shit when it came to things like that. I thought, oh man, there's no meaning to life. We're all so minuscule and there's so many galaxies. And hey, you know what? My opinion has changed a little bit on that. Do I think we're kind of insignificant as far as things go like that? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who die a day, and you know, we don't really remember them because we don't know them. Harsh reality, but it's true. But at the same time, yeah, there may be no meaning to life. Maybe there none whatsoever. But isn't that awesome? Because that means we can make our own. We can make our own meaning to life. Personally, for me, right now, what it is, of course, it molds on a basis. But right now, I like treating people with respect. Like when I start doing live streams later, I really want to do it for charity if I get enough revenue for that. I really want to support charities. I really want to be big on that. Even though I'm not wealthy myself at all, and I can simply use this money for just whatever, I really want to help charities simply because it makes me feel good. And my meaning to life is to make others happy, because that's something I enjoy doing. And I'm not trying to sound like a saint here, but I like doing, you know, I like making others happy. I like improving myself. As far as exercising goes, I like pushing limits like that. You know, maybe another rep or some more weight or something like that. Or when it comes to parkour, breaking a fear of maybe a jump or a flip or something like that. Just my own body tells me a lot of times, that little voice inside your head will say, hey, you're not good enough for this, you're not good enough for that. And I'm like, boy, shut up, man, I'm good enough for this, I can do it. But you know, it's easy, right? When you have this little voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough for something, it's easy to listen to him say, okay, yeah, you know, you're right, I think I'm going to give in. But when you tell that little voice inside your head, you go, fuck itself, and I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to make my own destiny, I'm going to be awesome. The moment you tell the little voice inside your head that, you become free. You break free from your own mold and your own status, everything, and that's important. That's really important, guys. Yeah, you know, wow, this has been a ramble. That's for sure. But you know, it's something on my chest like that. I wanna get it off my chest because it's important to share it with you guys. I don't know, again, like I said, you can take it with a grain of salt, you can take it for face value, you can take it for a metaphor, take it for whatever, man, take it for whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, realize that you're a human being and your life does have value, no matter what anyone says, no matter what you look like, if you're overweight or underweight or average or whatever, man, you rock, and you need to know that, because oh man, I don't know. it bugs me. I don't know. I'm the same way. I'm like, so how do I say it? Like, I'm not very confident in myself sometimes. Like, some days I'm really confident in myself, and other days I'm just not. Like, I'm thinking, oh man, I just can't do this. I'm such a loser. And why? I shouldn't. That's ridiculous that I even do that. Oh god, I don't know. This is my ramble. It's ridiculous. Saying this to you right now makes me realize how silly things have been, I guess, lately for me, and how much I'm improving myself. Like, I've done a lot of changes in my life recently that have made me really happy, and I'm glad I've done them. I've taken that extra step forward into, you know, stepped into realms that are a little uncomfortable for me, but I broke through them. I broke some of my fears. I broke some of my things that made me uncomfortable, and I'm growing to a stronger person for it. And I hope you guys can too. And like I said, there may be no meaning to life whatsoever, and that's great because we can make our own. So it looks like the match is winding down here. I was playing against a level 13 Prestige. Just want to point that level doesn't matter in this game. And I did have a questions to answer video that I had to do, but thanks to YouTube, it got deleted. Yay! Thanks for listening, guys. If you get one message from this, you rock. You are awesome, and yeah, you're destined for greatness, man. So go catch a Pokemon or something. All right, that was a pretty good match. Yeah, take it easy, everyone.